Dear students of class 8, today we will start our supplementary reader book, that is It So Happened, and the first text, that is How the Camel Got His Hump. So what is a hump? It is kind of rounded protuberance on the back of camels, and some people, they say that they keep water inside the hump and they drink, and some others, they used to say that they have kind of extra fat through which they get kind of moisture and they can survive in the deserts, right? So the world had just begun and the animals were working for humans. So the world had just begun and the animals were working for humans as servants. There was an lazy animal. Lazy means idle. Okay? Alsi animal that did nothing and said nothing but hump. Used to say only hump. Right? Even the clever Zin was at his wits' end, means confused, at his wits' end. This is a phrase, and that meaning is confused or bewildered. CONFUSED or bewildered. BEWILDERED. Now we will start the text and we will learn other things. In the beginning, when the world was new and the animals were just beginning to work for man, there was a camel, and he lived in the middle of a howling desert because he did not want to work. In the beginning, first, when the world was new and the animals were just beginning to work, were just starting to work for man, there was a camel, and he lived in the middle of a howling desert. What is a howling desert? A great desert. Because, and he lived in the middle of the desert because he did not want to work. He ate sticks, thorns, and prickles. And when anybody spoke to him, he said hump, just hump, and no more. So, what are sticks, thorns, and prickles? Sticks means kind of branches of trees or wood, and thorns means forks, okay, and prickles means that kind of thorn also. So, these are the thorns, prickles, kante. So that's why the what fork. Okay, so sticks, because camels generally live in the deserts. That's why in the desert they only get kind of thorn, prickles, forks, sticks. That's why they used to eat all these things. And when anybody spoke to him, he said hump, only hump, just hump, and no more, nothing. Presently, the horse came to him on Monday morning with a saddle on his back and said, presently, in the present time, the horse came to him on Monday morning with a saddle. Saddle means kind of seat, SEAT, where people, they used to sit, okay, seat, SEAT, saddle on his back, and said, camel, oh camel, come out and trot like the rest of us. Trot means kind of run, okay, run or go, okay, like the rest of us. The rest of us, we can kind of go quickly, so trotting. Hum, said the camel, and the horse went away and told the man. Went away, told the man. right? Presently the dog came to him with a stick in his mouth and said, Camel, O camel, come and fetch and carry like the rest of us, right? So, what camel, O camel, presently the dog came to him. The dog came and said, with a stick in his mouth and said, Camel, O camel, come and fetch and carry like the rest of us. Means, dogs sometimes bring many things. If you just throw anything, the dogs can bring. That's why go fetch means to go and bring. So fetch and carry like the rest of us, the other dogs. Hum, said the camel, and dog went away and told the man. Presently the ox came to him with the yoke on his neck. What is yoke? Piece of wood, okay, or kind of bamboo pole fixed on the necks of the cow, ox, or that animals, so that they can help to cultivate. Okay, so yoke on his neck, and said, Camel, O camel, come and plow like the rest of us. So when they plow, means they help in this way. If they have yoke, they can plow. So the farmers or cultivators, they plow the land, okay, with that help of yoke and other instruments. So that's why said, come and plow like the rest of us, rest of other oxen, okay. Hum, said the camel, and ox went away and told the man. Hum, and told the man. At the end of the day, the man called the horse, the dog, and the ox together and said, 303, I am very sorry for you. So, horse, dog, and ox called together and said, 303, I am very sorry for you. But that harm thing is in the desert can't work, or he would have been here by now. So I am going to leave him alone, and you must work double time to make up for it. Means that harm thing in the desert cannot work, and he would have been here by now. So I am now going to leave him alone. He was there, I will leave him alone, and you must work double time to make up for it, to just compensate. Make up means compensate, okay, compensate, compensate. You have to work double time to compensate the work of that camel, right? That made the three very angry, and they held a panchayat on the edge of the desert. They just called a panchayat, kind of meeting on the brink, on the margin of the kinara of the desert. And the camel came chewing curd and laughed at them. What is curd? Curd means kind of partly digested food. When you give foodstuffs to uh, whom, to cows or to camel, they just eat quickly, and next they just chew those foodstuffs. That is curd. And laughed at them and then said hum and went away. Just laughed, said hum and went away. Presently there came along the Zin, who came in charge of all the deserts, rolling in a cloud of dust. So presently there came along the Zin, who is in the charge of all the desert, in charge, rolling in the cloud of dust. When he came in the movies, and a rolling of dust came along with him. So the dust were rolling like a cloud of dust. So means cloud of dust was rolling. Zin of all deserts, said the horse. Is it right for anyone to be idle? Idle means lazy. So is it right? Certainly not, said the Zin. Okay. Well, said the horse. So first horse asked Zin. Zin, say, is it right for anyone to be idle? Certainly not, said the Zin. Well, said the horse. There is a thing in the middle of your desert with a long neck and long eyes, and he hasn't done a stroke of work since Monday morning. He won't trot. Okay. So what did he means The horse say, say what? There is a thing in the middle of your desert with a long neck and long legs, and he hasn't done a stroke of work. Means a bit of work, little work, single piece of work since Monday morning. He won't trot. He won't uh, go also. Just walk also. Hugh, said the Jinn whistling. The whistling said, this kind of expression. That's my camel. What does he say about it? What does he say about it? He says hum, and he won't plow, said the ox. He won't plow. Very good, said the Jinn. I will hump him. Well, hump him means I will deal with him appropriately. I will set him right. It means I will talk to him. And if you will kindly wait a minute, if you wait for a minute, I will talk to him. That's all for today. We will do the comprehension check. We will continue. Thank you.